Hello, and welcome to Paramecia, a One Piece fancast where we review the latest chapter of One Piece and have a different One Piece related discussion every week. My name is Franz.
My name is John.
And God, wow,
Yeah.
what a chapter. Let's just put out there that last week it was technically a break week because it's Golden Week in Japan and everything, no chapter, but we took a break.
Yeah.
Because why not?
Yeah, it was Golden Week. The chapter usually leaks early whenever there's like a week-long break. Like hella early it leaks. But yeah, I mean, you were enjoying your Golden Week. You came down to visit for a bit, so we were like, fuck it. Let's just take the week off.
Exactly. We intended to record, but the fact of the matter was I didn't really have any equipment at my place, and then on top of that, I texted John. I was like, yo, I just got home, like I'll be up in at this time, whatever. I woke up 4 hours late.
As soon as you texted me like I'm down to record at 10, I was like, you, sir, are the most optimistic person I've ever met. I was like, I if it was me, I know there was no way. There's no way you coming out from the day you had on Friday. There was no way you were gonna wake up at 10 and be like, all right, good to go.
I gave it the collegiate try.
Yeah. And I applaud you, and I applaud that.
Anyways, so with this whole week, we've been sitting on this huge powdered keg.
This banger of a chapter. Holy
chapter
shit, Chapter
903. The Fifth Emperor.
Man. Just okay, reading it when it came out, or when it came out, just reading the name of it before even seeing the cover page, the cover story, just reading the title, I was like, bro, no. I'm not gonna say bro anymore, but I was like, oh my god, this cannot be this. And oh my god, this chapter did not disappoint. It was so good in every aspect.
I read it straight in front of you because I had just landed. I didn't read it or anything, and then we got together and it was just bro. And it started. It just started. Yeah, we didn't record, but we yelled at each other about it.
The situation was literally, I was at your house. I was like, bro, did you read the new One Piece? No, I haven't read it yet. Dude, I'm not going to spoil anything, but I'll give you the title. The title is The Fifth Emperor. I saw smoke shooting out of your phone. You pulled it out so fast.
Oh, man. So let's get straight into it, because it starts.
It's a good one.
In the shit right there.
Yeah.
We called this. This was the first thing you told me about this chapter, that we made a call way back when, and it happened.
Yeah. Real quick, it's kind of a boring, it doesn't really show anything. The cover story is just Orlumbus is we're following Orlumbus now. It's pretty cute. It's showing his ship called the Yonta Maria. It's Columbus and the Santa Maria in the back because it's 3. Get it? Numbers. Yeah, it's pretty cute, but we don't really get any information other than it's got a big ass fleet, which comes into play later in the chapter. So it's pretty cool. It's cool in that sense, but nothing really. But on to the meat of it, dude. Like you said, we made a call way back when, and as Whole Cake Island drew to a close, we were like, man, it sucks that never happened. And Oda heard us, and he was like, bro, the fuck you mean it didn't happen?
Oh man. It starts in the middle of this whole conversation, no context, and it's don't throw it away, and I'm like, what?
Yeah, don't throw it away. Luffy and Chopper are if you throw it away, I'll jump into the ocean and find it. It's
the two people who cannot who are about, dude, oh man,
who by law cannot do that.
And then very quick flashback where was it Niji or Yonji?
It was Niji
that got them out of there.
Yeah, we get a clip of Chopper and Luffy like crying to Sanji. My favorite line from Luffy, he's like, "It was in my pocket, so we're not gonna throw it away. It's mine." And Sanji's just looking at them, and he's second panel. We could see him holding something. It looks like, at first I thought it was a can of beer. I was like, "What? Like he drinks now?" And he's like, "This is Niji's handiwork. Like he did this." And then we get flashback panel to when Niji lightning zipped through the Big Mom army carrying Sanji and Luffy. And then we get the confirmation. Our boy, the call from way back when, touchdown, baby. He has a raid suit. Sanji got a raid suit.
Super Sentai Sanji.
Bro.
I need 3 teenagers with attitude.
Dude, oh my god. I was so hyped when I saw it. I knew we weren't gonna see it. I was like, they're in the middle of the fucking ocean. Like, if we get Sanji activating it, that'll be fucking crazy. But he was already like, no, I'm never gonna use this, which directly translates to, hey, in Wano, I'm going to use this.
The entire time he's like so against this, and he keeps like saying like fuck science essentially, and he essentially sounds
Sanji's
like,
a flat earther.
Dude, Sanji's a flat fucking earther right there. And then like, you know, Luffy and Chopper are telling him like, no, don't. And Chopper's like, science is one of humanity's greatest achievements, sounding almost like an incel. But that's not the point here. Sanji's a flat earther and he's about to throw away the raid suit. It gets into the whole thing of like Luffy and Chopper being very like characteristically almost like childish about like wanting to see cool shit. And like both of them sitting there, I want to shoot a laser beam.
They are both like literally the child versions of Hannibal Buress from that Eric Andre skit where he's like, where Eric Andre's busting up the car and he's like, what you doing? That's some cool ass shit. That's what you're doing. Let me in. They just want to see some cool ass shit. That's all they want. And fuck it, let them have it, dude. I really like Luffy. He goes on. He kind of starts giving his like his reasoning behind wanting to keep the raid suit. He's like, well, no, like imagine if I use it to give myself a raid suit and I could shoot laser beams. Like that's that is like where his brain is at.
Dude, it's crazy. And like Nami interjects real quick with the whole like, oh, like science isn't so bad. Like I'm using science and low-key kind of just magic too.
Yeah.
With my climate act. And then like it's a huge reminder. It's like Zeus is still here.
Bro, like
by the way.
The power-ups that we left Whole Cake Island with are insane. Like we got Luffy showing off. Luffy showed off 2 Gear 4th forms in Whole Cake Island. And I would argue he showed a lot more control over like the stamina. Like yeah, he still ran out of like hockey and stuff,
juice.
But like when he ran out of juice in Dressrosa, he ran out of all the juice. Like he couldn't move. In this one, he was able to run
juice,
and still fight.
Juice,
like yeah,
banana juice, all the juice. But yeah, no, like Luffy matured between Dressrosa and now, and like even like the whole point of the Katakuri fight was like him like maturing also with hockey, not just like the Gear 4th forms.
And he got to see into the future. Like I mean, he doesn't have like perfect control over it, but he's able to do that. He's able to peer into the future at least just a little bit. Freaking Sanji got a raid suit. My boy.
And a wife.
Yeah, and a wife. He's still married. That was official. They did kiss, but he doesn't remember, but that makes it official.
It's official.
Yeah. And And then Nami got the best. Nami got fucking Zeus. Nami got part of a Yonko's soul.
Which that sentence is like so bonkers.
Yeah. When the Yonko were introduced, if I came back in time traveling and I was like, bro, Nami takes the part of a soul from the Yonko, I'd be like, bro, I'm gonna shoot you. Like, get away from me. You're dumb.
Out of all the power-ups, who do you think... What power-up is the strongest? Nami getting Zeus or Sanji getting a wife? A Borat voice. Wife.
Very nice. I mean, look, Zeus is cool, and that's like a giant power-up because we saw that giant thunder blast she hit Big Mom with. So, like, if she has control over Zeus and she can discharge him to, like, attack, she's, like, oh, man. Like, Nami is, like, the glass cannon of the group now.
Well, fuck. Not wrong, yeah.
Like, I would argue with that, like, I don't know, everybody would probably be like, oh, like, obviously Zoro's stronger, but she has, like, part of a Yonko's power. I think that, like, I think she could dish out as much damage numerically as, like, Sanji or Zoro.
She's straight up just, like, min-maxed. She's a D&D 5e, like, warlock, just, like, waiting to, like, proc the crit, and then just be like, alright, I pop spell everything sniper off. So, all of that's going on and everything, and, like, Brook interjects, and he's like, yo, like, You're fighting with a fucking cloud, dude. Like, what are you doing?
Yeah, I love it. Sanji starts fighting with Zeus. He's like, remember, I was Nami's, like, slave first. And then he's like, well, I'm in her climb attack that she never lets go of it. And then they're, like, fighting. And Brook is the best character. He's just like, Sanji, you're fighting with water vapor.
Sanji also apparently doesn't believe in water vapor.
Yeah. Sanji is a flat earther. Another one of Oda's true colors revealed.
And the scene transitions, like, immediately into Carrot getting the newspaper.
Yeah.
And, like, they're still, like, bickering about other stuff, about the Super Sentai suit. And he's like, don't call me Germa Vinsmoke. But, like, Carrot's in there, just fresh newspaper. The bird just, like, flies away, like, immediately after that. That's how fucking fresh it is.
Yeah.
And it immediately goes into a whole discussion of everything that happened.
Yeah, she comes down with the newspaper, and Luffy immediately is like, what about Jinbei? Like, did it write about what happened after we left? And she then begins, like, oh, it talked about, like, Luffy, Sanji, Jinbei, and Beige failed in a failed assassination attempt on Big Mom, and the newspaper pinned Luffy as the ringleader of the entire thing, which we know is Big News Morgan's doing.
Dude, Big News Morgan biased as fuck.
I love it.
I'm here for it.
And then Carrot says the magic words, hey, the wanted posters. And immediately I was like, yes, here it comes. We're gonna get bounty jumps for the boys. It's gonna be good.
The moment you say wanted poster to any One Piece fan, their eyes go red and they just turn into an apex predator.
Yeah, basically.
Like, right here, the first one that you see is, like, the Sanji one. It says Vinsmoke Sanji, explicitly saying all of that shit. Like, oh, he's a Germa. And it doesn't say only alive, it says dead or alive now, so it's completely changed now again.
Yeah.
And then, of course, his bounty went straight the fuck up to 330 million.
10 million above Zoro's.
And he's grasping onto that 10 million so hard. So hard.
I love, like, the little personification of how excited he is about it, where it shows the Sunny, like, jumping above the water.
Dude, he worked dude, this is the payoff for the 2 years of Sanji.
This is the payoff. We got a raid suit and we got a higher bounty than Zoro. It was a good 2 years.
And then Luffy's sitting there, like, depressed and everything. He's like, my bounty went down. It's only, like, 150 million now. And, like, immediately, that's like a flag up. Like, what?
Yeah, it's the chapter kind of frames it in a cool way. Like, we see Sanji getting pissed. He's like, my name's Vinsmoke Sanji. He doesn't want to be Vinsmoke at all. He's like, he hates the fucking Germa, and they're like, the world government's like, no, you're Vinsmoke. And then Luffy is like on the other side of the panel, like crying, and he's like, it's only 150 million, and they're all debating it, like, why'd it go down? Did you do something bad? Like, and they're like, well, it's not all that bad. Like, the cheaper you are, the less likely we'll be targeted. And then they're like, no, our dignity as pirates. And they're just arguing about it. And that was the first moment of this chapter where I was like, that it threw up red flags. I was like, all right, like, it didn't go down, but like, because they're not showing the whole bounty in the panel where he holds it up, it cuts off. Like, you only see 1, 5, and 0. So it's like, all right, What is it really, man? Come on.
It's fucking obvious. And, like, crack theory, Luffy is, like, gay or part of the LGBT because he's bad at math.
That was...
What?
That's a deep cut that I don't think I'm aware of, but I'll go with it.
In the LGBT, like, if you are umbrella term gay, you are either A, bad at driving, B, bad at math, or C, bad at whatever. Fuck. There is a third one. I don't remember.
Like I said, this is a deep cut. I don't get it.
Fuck you. Fuck you. Luffy gay bad math. Anyway.
Jesus Christ. Luffy gay bad math.
It transitions from that straight into just like everyone getting ready for Reverie. And this is what we've been waiting for. First is Fishman Island.
Yeah, we get back to Ryukyu Kingdom, and everybody is like celebrating Jinbei and Luffy. Like they're like, oh, he finally did it! Like Jinbei joined Luffy's crew, and they're all like, that's sick as fuck. And then
they're discussing a little bit like what that means for their country as far as like their protection and stuff.
Yeah, they basically state in this chapter that like they are a Straw Hat territory now.
Which is like pretty buck wild. Like,
yeah,
like first the Straw Hats like got a fleet. Now they have territories.
Yeah,
like damn.
And that's why like the revelation at the end, like we'll circle back to it, but like the revelation at the end, like maybe, man, like there's a lot of points backing it up. Like, you know, people don't want to admit it, but I don't know. We'll circle back to it because it all comes together.
We'll get to it, but yeah, Shirahoshi's there bickering about how she wants to go to, and she's like, I don't want Luffy to call me Sissy Hoshi again, which like
I love Shirahoshi.
Always gives me a chuckle. And they're oh my god, what's his name? I almost called him Napoleon.
Close, Neptune.
There we go.
Yeah.
I was like, it's not Poseidon. Like, okay. Neptune's like, oh yeah, I was waiting for that. They're like, come on. So confirmation, Shirahoshi is going to Reverie.
Which immediatee puts threat levels through the roof. Yeah. I don't have a long enough collar to pull out with one finger and go yee.
Apple, where's our like collar tug emoji? Cause
yeah,
yeesh, this is bad news bears right here.
Yeah, and after that, it kind of transitions into a whole bunch of different panels, and it's the narrator speaking. It's basically the narrator's reading the news report, And it's like, oh, the story of Straw Hat Luffy dared to stand against Big Mom that had gone unchallenged. A Yonko that had gone unchallenged for decades has captured the hearts and minds of the world. And bro, first page of this, for top left panel, we see Croco Boy, our guy Crocodile. He's just smoking a fat blunt cigar, and he's reading the newspaper. And oh god, I don't know what's going on in the background. I don't know where he is. He looks like he's in a castle of some sort, and there's dudes behind him with like swords and what look like capes or something. I hope to God we see him soon.
Dude, like, what does this mean? Crocodile showing up was something that, like, I, like, skimmed through it, and I went back and was like, ooh, huh?
Yeah, oh man, bro. Dark Horse Crocodiles at Reverie.
Dude, that's the first thought I had.
Yeah,
and I was like, I don't know how, but that would be fucked.
They do that's buck wild. Yeah, we get shots of some of the other characters that are showing up at Reverie, and some of the Straw Hat Grand Fleet, but it doesn't like show them. Like we get so somehow Big News Morgan's in the newspaper. He somehow knows about the Straw Hat Grand Fleet. Oh, I get it now. I'm dumb. It says, according to our inside sources, Straw Hat Luffy, and that's why they're it shows Cavendish and Bartolomeo blacked out, and the guys they're talking to have notebooks, and they're like, they basically just ask them like, hey, like, what's up with Straw Hat? And they're like, oh yeah, we're part of his Grand Fleet, bro. We got like 5,000 ships, bro. Come at us, bro.
Big News Morgan is probably the most like dangerous side character in the entire series, because his information network is huge. He knows where everyone is, guaranteed.
Yeah,
like,
dude.
Most characters are just lucky he just doesn't sell information because he's chaotic neutral.
Yeah, he has like I can't remember if I think it's for the World Economic Times, the newspaper that he runs in One Piece. The photographer and one of the journalists, it's the invisible guy
Boy
from Thriller Bark. Yeah, so it's like he could be anywhere and do anything and nobody would notice. Like, that's so sick. He like Big News Morgan's is actually unstoppable, and it's I'm 1,000% behind it.
Big News Morgan's actually knows the path to Raftel because he has all the stencils of the road poneglyphs, and he's in Raftel. That's where the base of the newspaper is. They get there and it's a printing press. They've never seen a printing press before. The One Piece is a printing press.
Damn. The One Piece is a printing press.
You heard it here, folks?
Yeah, I mean, manga over, dude. I think we solved it. I think this one's in the book. Like, everyone could go home now. No, it's just so cool. Like, he has like threads everywhere in the world. Like, he's able to like tap into different information networks. Like, Big Mom thought her information network was buck wild, but I mean, Big News Morgan's, I think she might have a bigger information network, but Big News Morgan's has an actual use for his information network. She would just threaten you. He can change the entire worldview of something in an instant.
Exactly. Like,
just like this chapter.
Whoa. And enough about like Big News Morgan being the most overpowered character in all of One Piece, with his newspaper no me.
His power is Big News Morgan's, his power is maximum.
So, this whole vignette of the newspaper story, like, coming to life through the narrator, ends with the statement, "The fifth Emperor of the Sea has appeared." And,
oh man,
what a fucking statement, man. Like, fuck, Akainu is the next thing that you see, because like this is all superimposed over the Merjois Marine base, and Akainu's there, pissed.
Yeah, dude, he is so pissed, and I love it, man. And it shows him, and we don't get a direct reaction to him about the newspaper, because they're like, oh, the king, Princess Komane, has been kidnapped, and then he's like, what the? He blows up. He's like, what the fuck y'all did? Like, obviously he's pissed about it.
Exactly.
But we get it. We cut then to the next kingdom, which is the Dressrosa kingdom. The guys we just saw, we just spent like big ass time with, and we see Rebecca there, and Rebecca's coming up to the king. Oh my god, why am I forgetting his name? Kyros is her dad. That's not the king. King Riku.
Yeah, Riku.
Yeah, King
from
Riku from Kingdom Hearts. Yeah.
There we go. And the other king boxer guy.
Fucking my boy, Elizabello.
Yeah.
Bro, I know you remember Elizabello, but dude, this man, like, he can like store the power of his punch, and he let it go in Dressrosa and like did maximum damage.
Elizabello stores his punches in a jack-off crystal.
Isn't it the jack-off crystal, guys? Like anniversary, like 10th anniversary or some shit like that. Yeah. Yeah. So anyways, yeah, we see Elizabello storing the punches in his jack-off crystal, and Rebecca comes up, and she's like, oh, like, look, did you read the article about Lucy? And then the Tontadas, the stupid ass Tontadas, I love them, but they're fucking dumb and gullible. They're like, Luffyland is amazing, that's our boss, they even mentioned us. And then everyone's like, guys, when we reach the Holy Land, like, you can't say any of that, because you'll basically get enslaved instantly. And they're like, oh yeah, you're right, we can't say we're pirates. And, oh man, we get a shot of what they were talking about. We get like a little scope coming out of the water, and it's just some random ass pirates, some jobbers. And they're like, oh, the Dressrosa and Prudence Kingdom, like, they don't have many escort ships. And, oh, Princess Viola, which, by the way, she's looking... Oh, Princess Viola. Can I just hold the phone right here? She's looking hella good.
Yeah, the guy with the periscope is charging up his crystal, like, looking at her right there. You can tell.
His crystal doesn't have as many, like, energy capacitors as Elizabello's, though. So,
which we clearly see, like, later on. Well, it's in the next page.
Yeah.
But they're talking about ransom and like kidnapping Viola for ransom and everything, because they already have a Princess Kamane. I don't know who the fucking who she's with.
Oh my god, I don't know where it is in this chapter. It's from another. She's from another kingdom. I believe, I don't know where it says it. She's from the Elusia kingdom.
Yeah, that sounds right.
Yeah, okay, so it says it in a couple pages from now. Basically, they fire a torpedo. We see fucking Marine, like a Marine coat from behind, jump into the water. And I'm not gonna lie, I obviously couldn't read what it said on the back. You probably could.
It says justice.
Oh, okay. Well, even more ambiguous. I was like, bro, is this Green Bull?
Dude, I had the same thought too. Same exact thought.
I kind of, as I saw like what was going on, I was like, well, Green Bull has to have a devil fruit because all the admirals do. So like maybe it's not. And then I was like, but if it's not Green Bull, who is this monster? Who is this badass that literally swam fast enough to catch a fired torpedo underwater, fling it above the water surface, and blow it up?
That's some rules of nature shit right there.
Yeah, literally right in the first mission of Metal Gear Rising. And we see who it is. He's like, oh, no need to worry, guys. Fucking Coby. Captain. Marine HQ Captain Coby. He's a captain Coby. Now.
Dude.
I was so hyped to see Coby. I was like, I did not I never even thought about it. I didn't know when we were gonna see Coby again. The last time we saw him was Marineford, where he Akainu almost fucking murdered him and Shanks saved him. So I was like, okay, we're gonna see him again when there's other important story shit. I did not. It's obvious now thinking about it. Like, yeah, of course he would be at Reverie. Like, he's a Marine.
Dude, he's unfortunately like one of the more like forgettable characters due to how often he comes up.
Yeah.
But it's such a treat to see him. Because all those memories and emotions start flooding back in, and it's like, oh shit. And like there's a really good like synergy between Coby and like the Dressrosa Kingdom folk. Because it comes up next page, but they start talking like, oh, anybody hurt? What happened? What's this? And it's like, oh, like Coby mentions that there was a ship underwater, like essentially a submarine, and that they shot a torpedo, and like Coby calls for Helmepo, the asshole dude with the like he's essentially the Guilty Gear character.
Oh, Zato?
Yeah.
He's Zato.
He is. Look at him.
Oh my god. Dude, bro, Zato is part of the Marines. That's wild.
That's pretty fucked up.
Yeah,
but
no.
Yeah.
Yeah, when they showed Helmepo, quick aside, when I see Helmepo, I always remember when they edited out when 4Kids edited out the
gun.
The gun into like it's like this weird like shower hammer contraption.
Wasn't it a shoe?
It's like a hammer that's like tied to a string that's on the gun handle, and every time I see him, that's all I can think of, and man.
How would you feel if like during Reverie he pulls that out, like in the manga, in canon?
Bro, if Oda reveals his hand, if Oda reveals that he is aware of the meme that is the 4Kids translation and like censorship, I'd nut. I don't know what I would do with myself.
It would be such a good day.
Yeah, so Helmepo unfortunately doesn't have the hammer gun with him. He has a boring sword. But anyways, he's there, and he makes a reference to Coby. Like he's talking to Coby, and he's like, we've captured the pirates, like, the princess is safe too. And he's like, what's with that observation hockey of yours, Coby? I didn't sense anything back there. And then when you realize how far their boat is from the kingdom's boat, it's like, bro, how did he... Like, Kobe's observation hockey must be on some other level, which is exciting, because I'm like, yeah, like, okay, he has 6 powers, but now he's, like, also, like, mastering his hockey.
Dude, Kobe's gonna be some shit. Like, they already, like, foreshadowed that he's gonna be a very important person within the Marines, like, late game. And it's showing, because he's a fucking captain now.
Yeah.
Like... We started out with Smoker being a captain, like, to put things in perspective. That's crazy.
Yeah. We can only see him go up, which is great. Yeah, we do see it cuts back to the ship. We do see Kiros, like, he's on the ship too. So Kiros is going to Reverie as well. And he makes a reference, and I'm like, bro, Oda, at some point you better fucking tell me what happened, because I'm starting to go crazy over here. He says, oh, you're the famous Captain Coby, the hero that protected so many civilians during the Rocky Port incident. And I don't know if you remember, but when they were introducing the supernova, when they introduced Law, they said it's Trafalgar Law, the surgeon of death, the pirate behind the Rocky Port incident. So
that's
I don't
a deep
know.
Cut.
Yeah, I don't know what happened at Rocky Port, but now we have confirmation that Coby was there. And Oh man, I just want to know. It's like such a tiny detail that Oda slipped in, but for fucking lore monkeys like me, he knows. I'm like salivating, dude. I'm like, come on.
Huh.
Besides that, I you know, Kiros mentions the Rocky Port incident to him, and immediately, you know, Coby starts blushing. He's like, hero? No, I'm not a hero. And he's like, wow, this, like, his observation hockey is like, whoa, this guy's like really strong because Kiros is ridiculous. And and then Kiros is like, oh, I imagined you as some grand old warrior, but I see you're still a young man. And there was another translation I read. This one, the manga stream says like, oh, I'm grateful he diverted that torpedo. But there's another one that I kind of like better. Kiros basically says something along the lines of like, he really is a good kid. Like he won't even take credit for stopping the torpedo. Cause like in that translation, he was like, no, like I'm glad the torpedo missed. Like he didn't even mention like, no, like, you know, any other Marine would have been like, yeah, I'm godlike, I diverted that torpedo. But he was like, no, I'm so glad it missed, even though he single-handedly threw it out of the...
Oh yeah, that's a good point. It really shows like the dynamic that he's gonna like bring to the Marines later on. The whole like ideal.
And then immediately we get I love this. I look, everybody can shit on Rebecca, but I love Rebecca. Like, he's like, oh, it's Luffy. And she's like, what? And he's like, oh, I meant Straw Hat Luffy. Like, he's on the cover of that paper. And then she's like, do you want to read it? Do you want to read it? And he's like, no, maybe, okay. And then he adjusts his glasses and immediately just starts crying. And he's like, Luffy's so cool. He keeps pushing forward. Like, every time you make it into the papers, I remember that day. Oh, man.
The panel immediately below that is exactly what I was talking about. Like, him interacting with the Dressrosa folk is perfect. Because Rebecca, like, grabs him and just like,
do you like Lucy, Coby?
And of course he likes Luffy Land, and his face is just like, they got me.
Yeah, no, he's my enemy, and then let's talk about him for a minute. I'll keep it a secret. I'm like, bro, I ship the ever-living fuck. The ever-living fuck out of Coby and Rebecca. And they've only interacted like this chapter, and I'm already like, I'm behind it 1,000%. I will sink any ship that comes near me.
You're about to expend your crystals charges.
Yeah. I'm about to use my jack-off crystal to defend this ship to my last breath.
Oh man, I can understand that. I support you. I back you up.
Bro, Rebecca's just
next
so cute.
shift. The next transition that we get is Kaido.
The most like hard cut.
For real.
We get like this beautiful new ship setting sail with all the hearts, and then like he's like, oh, like funny, like lighthearted, yeah, laughing, haha, this is funny. Immediately Kaido just, what the fuck?
Dude, it was some shit. Like, it's immediately talking about Luffy going to Big Mom territory and everything. And
this whole page is broken, is out of control, messed up, broken.
Like, the worst fucking energy coming from this.
This page has all 4 Yonko on it. Like, this,
dude,
that is
wild
to me.
I don't like this because Blackbeard's there, like, Zehaha, like, saying too early for Luffy to be something like that, and then
he's like, oh, he's laughing, like he doesn't
take it as a threat or take it seriously.
I don't know, because Blackbeard, he's never like, at least right now in the story, he sees Luffy as almost like a rival. Like, he's never really been like, oh, I have anger towards Luffy, I want to kill him. Like, every one of their interactions has been this kind of like supernova, like rivalry. Like, they're part of the worst generation. It's just like, yeah, like, it's weird. We know he's evil, but it's like at the same time he literally only wanted to capture Luffy so he could become a Shishibukai. That was it.
He's chaotic evil. That's straight up it. Like,
yeah. Like
he does whatever the fuck he wants. Period. Yeah. No morals.
So this panel with him is much more like ominous and creepy because of that. Because he's like, oh, like it's a little too soon to be taking that name, Straw Hat, like an emperor. Like, oh, he's kind of like he's in a way kind of like proud, but also like scheming. Like, you know, he's like, oh well. Oh man, we don't even get to see his full design yet, but we get to see him at least from a side profile. And man, it's been a long time coming in the New World, and I'm glad we got this. Like, it's a step up from just his Denden Mushi.
Man, the next one is Big Mom being pissed, like, oh, like, we lost? No, we didn't, blah blah. Fuck you, Morgan. Fuck you. Fuck you, Morgan. Fuck you, Luffy. Yeah. Like, that whole shebang. And then
I enjoy this because we don't see any of the fight going on, which is implies that the fight is like over by now. But we don't know we don't know the outcome. So I assume when Reverie actually starts, I don't know if Germa somehow makes it to Reverie, then I guess we'll get confirmation, or if not, we'll have to wait till Wano. But like, that's wild. But yeah, go on. The next one is, ooh.
He's just sitting on a rock looking out into the calm ocean water, and the only thing Shanks says is, I guess we'll be seeing each other soon. And that fucks me up,
bro. Versus the 4 Yonko. Like, this is, oh, dude, the on the final page of the chapter, the full panel devoted to Shanks's face got me so hype. The rest of the page got me infinitely more hype, but just seeing Shanks like post time skip again, I'm like, bro, yes, like, finally. And yeah, like you said, the fact that he said like, we'll be seeing you soon, Luffy. I was like, what? Like, this is gonna be insane.
I feel like I've seen people say like, is there going to be another time skip before the end of One Piece? And I feel like the way it's ramping up, hard no.
Yeah, it's gotten to a point in the story where like, so when the first time skip happened, you know, the Straw Hats were separated, and they were training obviously for like 2 years, but at the same time, like, okay, what were the antagonists doing? Now the antagonists were rebuilding the Marines. There was a shift in Marine power, and then Blackbeard was hunting down and trying to kill the Whitebeard pirates, and they had the payback war for like most of the 2 years. But like, the way it's ramping up now, it's like there's, you know, none of the other Yonko are really like, none of the other Yonko and none of the other like Marines are tied down by any inconvenience, you know? Like, they don't have anything right now, at least, that's sort of gonna keep them busy to allow a time skip to happen.
Yeah, shit's just gonna hit the fan from now on.
Yeah, so like, if a time skip happens, don't get me wrong, I'd be hyped for it. But I feel like the way it would work this time is that they would have the time skip, but when they get back, the world is going to be vastly different because they were gone. Like, something will have to change.
Yeah, like, I don't know, man. Like, it's really ramping up to well, the whole thing ends with Luffy confirmed having a 1.5 billion berry.
Yeah, so the
bounty.
The payoff to the gag is that Luffy's dumbass misread the number of zeros, and we find out his bounty didn't go down, it tripled. His bounty went from 500 million to 1.5 billion.
And like, everyone freaks about it, and like, my whole thing about it is that like, real quick, Chopper loses his antlers for a second.
Yeah. I love it. Chopper loses his antlers.
Brooke has eyes.
Yeah.
Like, it's
This-
buck wild.
Yeah.
And like, Luffy getting to this point in bounties, there being so many like parallels between him and Gold Roger, them looking for the road poneglyphs, and Luffy now being considered, at least on a world scale, the 5th emperor.
Yeah.
Changes so many things where the story is, I mean, it's still going to be like another 600, 700 chapters till we like get to Raftel or something, because Oda. But
yeah,
it's quote unquote ramping up to an end.
Yeah. No, definitely. He's really making it like this is the start of the end game, is what it feels like. Like, it's a slow start because obviously it's not gonna like, we're not gonna get to fucking Raftel anytime soon, but
yeah,
he's putting the pieces into place in order to execute later on. And I really like that. I do also like, I saw some people kind of like, not complaining, I guess, they were just kind of questioning like Luffy's bounty jump, like it tripled, and they're like, well, why? But I really think just, okay, within the story, this is obviously Morgan's pushing Luffy, like his Morgan's is pushing his pro Luffy agenda.
Oh, 100%.
Yeah, that's what this is. Like, Morgan's is in direct control of who gets what bounty. Oh, okay, maybe not direct control because the Marines put out the bounty, but I mean, when a newspaper, when the newspaper puts out a story about Monkey D. Luffy breaking into Yonko territory, teaming up with the Demon Army Germa, another Supernova Gang Beige, like, world-renowned like murderers, and then
being
like,
said that he's the
Fishman
ringleader.
Pirates. Yeah, and saying that he was the ringleader and he was the one who came up with the plan, and then on top of the fact that he managed to escape a Yonko territory alive, and he defeated 2 Sweet Commanders.
Exactly, like
I feel like this thing was definitely justified within the story, at least. Outside of the story, it's definitely Oda making, I feel it's Oda making a push, like, to separate him, to make him seem more like an emperor, because we don't have Kaido, any of the emperors, we don't have their bounties. We've seen their Sweet Commanders, we've seen their commanders, but we've never seen their bounties. And I feel like Luffy getting such a giant jump compared to the next one, which is Sanji, like 33 million. I feel like that's Oda's way of kind of showing, like, when we get to like the final bounty of Luffy, that's when we're gonna start. Like, when Luffy's bounty gets higher than this, which is crazy to think, that's when we're probably gonna start seeing the Yonko bounties. Like, when we start actually getting into it with the Yonkos, we're gonna see their bounties, and we're gonna see the
zeros, dude.
Yeah, we're gonna see the divide in their power.
Cause like, and it's gonna happen for sure in Wano. I feel where like we're gonna get a lot. Like, we first saw not Jack, the mammoth guy.
Jack, yeah, it was Jack.
Oh, Jack, yeah.
Yeah.
His bounty was like 1.1 billion or something like that.
Yeah, he was the first billion bounty man we saw.
And that was like a huge like change in dynamics already, because it was just like something we never considered, because we were still playing in the ballpark of like, Luffy was 500,000, like that 500 million, sorry. That was still a lot, but like billions, first one we're gonna see out of all the Yonko has to be Kaido. And that's going to be daunting. It's gonna be some like David versus Goliath kind of shit right there.
Yeah. And like, oh man, just thinking about Wano, at the end of Wano, like, I expect everybody's bounty to go up. Like, Luffy's gonna go up again. Luffy's is gonna go up again. Zoro's is going up because Wano is like Zoro's playground. Like, he's gotta have some development with all this shit. Like, that's his world. Sanji is going to use the raid suit. I don't care what anyone says. Fight me. He's going to use that raid suit, and he's going to whoop some Wano country ass.
Sanji's going to single-handedly shoot Kaido.
Yeah. Why don't they just use guns on Kaido? Fucking idiots.
Dummies.
Yeah, you fucking
just shoot
dumbass.
him.
Yeah. Nami, I expect Nami to get a big bounty jump too, because now that she has Zeus, she's gonna put in some work. Everybody wants to talk shit about Nami.
Everybody loves to shit on them.
Oh, like, Nami's part of the useless trio, and she's useless and dumb, and she sucks. And it's like, bro, like, she's the navigator. I didn't expect her to fight, but now that she has a sick new climate act, and also is a part of a Yonko's soul,
which cannot be stressed enough. Like,
yeah, I that sentence cannot leave my mouth enough times. Like, it's when you say a word a lot and it loses meaning, that one doesn't lose meaning, because it is so absurd that it sticks with me forever. It haunts me.
Hear me the fuck out, John. Big Mom can use Conquering King's haki. We can say that haki is an extension of the soul, of the will. Zeus is part of Big Mom's soul. Nami now has Zeus. Nami now has Conquering King's haki.
Holy shit. The math doesn't lie. Folks, the math doesn't lie.
It's all there. The proof's there. I live next to Oda. He told me.
Yeah. He just knocked on your door one morning with coffee, and he's like, hey, Nami has Conquering Kings, and then shut the door, and you never knew what it meant until this chapter.
Dude, if alright, yeah, like, part the curtains a little bit, like, yeah, it's a little funny. I don't necessarily believe that, but it still lies within a realm of possibilities. But if you told me 2 years ago that, like, that statement had any shred of truth, I would have been like, what?
Yeah. What? Like, you need to leave right now. You are on drugs, and you need to go.
Man, maybe all these people with this monkey god haki, maybe they're onto something.
Damn, maybe they're onto something. No, I saw a bunch of people talking about like, now that they have Zeus and the climate act, there's gonna be like some Son Wukong reference in
Wano.
In Wano, and I was like, that'd be pretty cool. Like, if we saw Nami like giving taking Luffy to the battlefield, and Luffy is in like Gear 4th, and he like has he's riding the freaking flying Nimbus. Like, that'd be pretty cool.
That's some shit. I like that. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, man. What I like is that this chapter isn't on break. We're not on break after. Well, this is the one that comes out after Golden Week, but we're not on break after 904, where there's no break. So I'm ready. I'm ready for more Reverie, and I just want to see, like, I think I want to try to call it and say that we're gonna like actually get. We're gonna get to like the Reverie room next chapter. Like, maybe we don't start there, but like by the end of next chapter, I think that it's like we might get to the Reverie. Or yeah. Oda could be like, hey, fuck you, here's more world building. I mean, we're getting that regardless, but
yeah, here at Paramecia, we don't necessarily believe that Oda's gonna glance over Reverie and just go straight to Wano. Like, please, come on.
Yeah, there were some people that when Whole Cake Island is over, they're like, Wano next. And I was like, no. Your priorities are a little mismanaged. Let me help you. Reverie first.
Those are the same exact people that play D&D just to be like, I'm here for the combat. Why are we doing all this story stuff? I don't want to RP, blah, blah, blah. I min-max my character. I'm so pissed that you took off my limb for this. Like,
yeah. Like, bro,
I want story.
It's called fun. It's called lore. Like, get with it.
It's called lore. I read the encyclopedia of One Piece every day. It's called Loria Dingus.
Yeah, I don't know. This chapter was a fantastic chapter. I have like nothing else to say about it because the chapter speaks for itself. This thing was fucking good. We got so much world building. We saw all 4 of the Yonko again for the first time. I think for the first time ever we saw all of them like on one page like talking.
Dude, cursed ass image.
Yeah, cursed ass image. We saw all the Yonko on one page talking. God, that is crazy to think, bro. Like, I never would have thought, like...
We can't call him Yonko anymore, I guess.
Yeah, like, for me, like, okay, he's, like, the 5th emperor. Like, that's what the world, like... That's what Big News Morgan's, like, the newspaper calls him. But, like... I don't know, because like he has territory technically, because Fishman Island, he has a fleet, like he has a lot of the things that qualify him to be an emperor. I think now it's just a matter of like official recognition, like from the Marines, because like we got the newspaper calling him that, but if the Marines put out a thing that's like, oh, like Luffy the 5th emperor, then shit will really hit the fan.
Man.
This was a good one. This was
a good one, a great one. Yeah. Do we have a crack theory? I guess we're done, because holy shit, this was a...
I do not have a crack theory, and I don't know after this chapter if I could even think of one.
I
got a shitty one. So
okay, I'll sign you off.
Sign us off.
That's a wrap for us here at Paramecia this week. We'll be back next week with chapter 904. And here we are, hoping that y'all have a great week. Please remember that while we're on Libsyn right now, you can also find us on YouTube if you look up Paramecia Fancast. And you can find us on social media like Facebook and Twitter.
Oh no, I was just gonna plug more Paramecia Fancast on YouTube. The uploads will go up. They'll go up same day as the episodes on Libsyn. It's just a matter of they'll go up a couple hours later because YouTube uploading is a bitch. I hate YouTube uploading. Rendering is no problem. Uploading is the worst. So yeah, they'll go up same day there. And yeah, follow us. Subscribe to us on YouTube. So if you don't want to download them on Libsyn or you don't want to follow the RSS feed, yeah, that's pretty much it.
So, take it away, John.
Alright, this one's super shitty. Because I thought of it, like, just now.
Give it to me.
But here it goes. Alright.
So everybody knows Zoro has a Sharingan in his left eye. In this chapter, it was clearly showcased that Brook has eyeballs. Where did they come from? They are Rinnegan. He stole them from Big Mom's territory. He also used them to take Chopper's antlers off.
Yeah. Oh, shit. Have a great week, everybody.
Have a good one, guys.